好きな食べ物は？趣味はありますか？すいません、年齢は？永遠に。
You have to be honest. Am I ugly? Yes or no?
My wife claims she can hear colors. I told her, that's great, but can you hear Evil Knife Guy? Because he right behind you.
In a world where no one wears disguises, we would all be free. But being divided is what was decided, so that's how it has to be. But if we try to uncover what's real, I'm already strong and tough. Put down our armor and shield, gonna fit the plot I've got. And just remember, you're never alone if the back that you got is your own. Algebra road, I'm over the bridge, a minute from home, but I feel so far from it. The depth of my love, the stretch of my skin, it's all washing over me. I'm angry again. The things that I lost here, the people I knew, they got me surrounded for my own too. The cars in reverse, I'm gripping the wheel. I'm back between villages, and everything's still.
Systems. So temporary fictives. This for us has a lot to do with what we have affectionately called our fictive soup. And that's just basically a bunch of unformed bits and bobs that sometimes attach themselves to OCs, thereby transforming that OC into a fictive. But what we've discovered is that it's also possible for a fictive to go back into that soup. I've witnessed this once post-awareness. There was this OC who went by the name B. And one day B just kind of turned up all of a sudden and fronted. Talked to some source mates, but he kept on saying how he felt like there was something missing or wrong, and I was like super uncomfortable with this. Once B stopped fronting, I never saw B again. And when I asked the gatekeepers about what had happened to B, they said, oh, B returned to the fictive soup. And that's when I learned that this returning to the fictive soup was something that may have happened plenty of times pre-awareness to other OCs. So yeah, it's super possible for a fictive to just spontaneously form and then later deform. But I also want to reassure you that it's okay if you can't 100% track it all.
Woke up with a strange tattoo. Not sure how I got it, not a dollar in my pocket, and it kinda looks just like you. Last Friday night, yeah, we danced on tabletops, and we took too many shots. I am lost, I am vain, I will never be the same. Today I don't feel like doing anything.
make you glad you came. The sun goes down, the stars come out tonight.
With your DID, or OSDD, that you don't think gets talked about enough.
This isn't currently an issue, but it is one that I faced a while ago. Younger systems are going to have more fictives and more alters than most adult systems, and that is normal with how the brain processes information and develops its identity. Systems who have known that they are systems for longer will have less fictives and seem more educated because they likely in therapy than younger systems who do not have access to any of that and are just trying to figure out who they are. In the end, we are all just impressions of things that we have absorbed throughout our life. Fictives are just what people are before they are able to further internalize other aspects and things into their alters. Being a young or newly realized system that has a lot of fictives is very common, and it has nothing to do with the severity of your past.
Try set to breathe your final breath.
No. Guys, I need you to spam Rozzy chill, Rozzy chill, Rozzy chill, Rozzy chill. No, Rozzy don't chill.
Woke up with a strange tattoo. Not sure how I got it, not a dollar in my pocket, and it kinda looks just like you.
Last Friday night, yeah, we danced on tabletops. Now we took too many shots.
I am lost, I am vain, I will never be the same. I'm on all of you tonight. Today I don't feel like doing anything.
We have a plan, but it includes defending ourselves against the angels.
Are you fucking high?
They can be killed.
Yeah, that knife lady, Camaro car fight killed one.
Wait, you knew about this?
Oh, yeah. I told Boss about it months ago.
He what?
What? They say insane shit all the time. How was I supposed to know this one was true?
They tell me keep it simple, I tell them take it slow. I feed them water and ideas so I let it grow. I tell them take it easy, they laugh and tell me no. It's cool but I don't see them.
Hello, my name is Peppermint, and I want to talk about system moles, particularly some, or I guess just one, that our system has had to create a term for. And that is my role. And I am a Hollymate, is what we've decided to call it. I am essentially a member who only fronts around a specific holiday or during a specific season. For me, it's wintertime in general. Just around that time is just when I exist. And it's just kind of how it be, you know? There are a few more terms that, like, we have created that I would be, like, definitely interested in explaining and seeing if anyone else identifies with the terms. So, like, if you want, like, a video or something explaining some of the terms that we've come up with, just ask for it. I'm sure that we can get that to you. Anyway, yeah. Bye.
It can be really frustrating posting as an open system online because if you're posting about any sort of mental illness or disability, you are going to receive fake claiming and hate. It's just going to happen. But like, when it comes to DID, I do kind of get it. I get where people are coming from. Like, yeah, fucking explaining my system to people sounds absurd because it is. Frequently, we just look inside of our own brain at the motherfuckers that we know are in there, and we're like, what? What do you mean? What do you mean that we have multiple warriors cats living in our brain forever? What do you mean? What do you mean we have a fictive of Jesus Christ who only fronts when we make Jesus comments to be like, yo, it's me, and then just leaves, and we don't know what his role is? What do you mean? Like how many clowns are in here? No, really, I'm asking, somebody please, how many clowns are in here? How many? How many clowns? Somebody give me an honest answer. How many clowns are living in my brain, please? Like, yeah, man. We are cognizant of how fucking absurd it is that our main sexual protector is a split of a fictive of not just the logo of the Playboy bunny, but specifically of a pair of Playboy bunny pajama pants that we own. The physical personification of the comfort that we experience in these pants lives in our brain. And she's one of the only people who's not asexual.
Like, yeah, I'm aware it sounds fucking stupid. I live with it every day. I assure you, it's even more stupid from the inside of my own body.
Do we have apparently normal parts by the standard of, like, systems? Yes, of course. Are any of those bitches actually normal? No! Like, what, is supposed to be my job to come onto the internet and, like, convince people that the bullshit that's happening in our head is real? Fucking, we barely believe that. Genuinely, though, the doubt holders and the gatekeepers have been doing a very good job lately, and they need y'all to chill.
It's a really good question. And it's going to depend fully on each individual altar, on the individual system. Everybody's going to have a different experience. But we do have some fully non-human altars, like fully animal altars, non-humanoid, who have fronted before. For us, generally, it is harder for them to move in the body. Typically, they have less fine motor control and are either completely nonverbal or really struggle to produce sound and mostly rely on like echolalia or noises. This is probably not helped by the fact that several of our like fully animal altars are also child altars. But then we have altars like Coalheart, who is a cat, and he does struggle a little bit with speech, and his fine motor control is probably like not quite as good as our baseline, but still is functional enough that if he had to like pretend like he was me out in public, he would probably be able to. And he actually, if you go to one of our pinned videos, he wrote the pomegranate poem with me. So it really just depends on the altar. The way that they act tends to depend on partly on the animal that they are, but more specifically on why they were formed and kind of what their role is. We have an altar who is a rabbit, who is really skittish and really flighty, super duper nervous in the body, but they're also a trauma holder who was formed as a rabbit because they wanted to just be able to run away from anything that was happening and not be caught. Honestly, I think some of our like human animal hybrids, especially the cat people, tend to be more like move more animalistically than some of our like actual animals in the body. And I think that's just a function of like the body being closer to what they're comfortable with, so moving in a way that they are more used to in headspace is a little easier. So yeah, I think generally they tend to be less verbal or non-verbal. Not always. Sometimes they can speak perfectly fine. Generally, they have a harder time in the body, but again, not always. truly just depends on the alter. And if there are any systems with animal alters, or if you are an animal alter and you feel like chiming in the comments, I would love to hear your experience, because they're all going to be different. So.
Hi, my name is Tempest. I'm an alter in a DID system, here to answer some questions that you guys had. Like I said, my name is Tempest. I use ze, them, or they, them pronouns, and I'm between 17 and 21 years old. I am a persecutor and stormbringer in our system, which basically means I'm the one that rocks the boat. I am an animagus. I have magical powers in our world, and I can also shapeshift into a bald eagle. And if you have something you'd like to say about me being a bird, you can show yourself the block button instead. My best friend in the system is Drexel. My favorite color is white. And my favorite song at the moment is One Way Dream by Jay Cosmic. Speaking of music, I've been really into like 80s synthwave type vibes lately. Pineapple does belong on pizza, but only if that's your only other topping. My favorite thing on pizza, though, is mushrooms and eggplant. My favorite natural disaster is tornadoes, and if I could visit anywhere in the world, I'd like to visit the Pacific Northwest. My spirituality is similar to Drexel's, however, I am the opposite of Drexel when it comes to the kitchen. I have difficulty boiling pasta. But Drexel and I do spend a lot of time together, and we do share a very similar spirituality. My fashion sense is a little bit interesting. I like more like neutral, darker, like jewel earth tones, but I like really contrasting prints. So something like wearing a striped turtleneck with a flannel, like a plaid flannel, and two completely different color schemes. Like, when you look at me, I want you to think, now, that doesn't look bad, but I would have never thought to put those pieces together. With just like a little bit of grandpa thrown in. Can I speak or communicate while I'm in eagle form? Yes, while I am in eagle form, I can communicate with the other birds. Even though all three of us are different species of birds, we can all communicate in bird form, but I can't speak actual words when I'm a bird. Unlike the other two birds, though, I do spend the majority of my time in my human form. To put it this way, Cameron and Avery are birds who can turn into a human. I'm a human that can turn into a bird. It might not sound like it, but that distinction is important. Last question was, what was entering the system like? And I was actually front locked for about 4 or 5 days before I met anybody from the rest of the system. I also still don't know why I split. It's nice to meet you.